Do not spray pre-emergent on your yard until you finish this video. Hey everyone, this is Kyle Tucker here with another video. And in today's video, I want to talk about why you should not use pre-emergent on your yard. Now, I know this is a lawn care channel, and I have over 16 years of experience in using pre-emergent, post-emergent weed control, fertilization. This is what I do for a living. So why am I telling you to not use pre-emergent on your yard if this is pretty much all I do for a living? Well, there are some cases where you should not use pre-emergent on your yard, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. It's really windy today, so I apologize if the audio is a little wonky here, but the first reason why you should not use pre-emergent on your yard is if you have just laid brand new sod in your yard, or if you have just overseeded. So let me go into detail. The way pre-emergent works is it creates an invisible barrier in the soil, and it prevents weeds from growing through that barrier. Well, pre-emergent will also prevent the roots of your new sod from rooting into the ground. So if you spray pre-emergent on your brand new sod, it's not going to kill it right away, but 6 months from now, you're going to go outside and look at it, and your brand new sod is going to be fully dead. Well, that's because it will just die over time, because it essentially just has no roots. So it's not able to grow through that pre-emergent barrier. So main takeaway here, if you've just resodded your yard, do not spray pre-emergent on it. You really want to wait for it to get fully rooted in, which could take up to a full year in some cases. Now, if you resod in the springtime, right at the beginning of growing season, it could be fully rooted in within 3 months. So how do you know if your new sod is fully rooted in? Well, it's very simple. You just do the lean over and tug it. So you just do the tug test. So you just reach down, pull up a corner of that block of sod. If it lifts up, it's not rooted in. If it doesn't lift up, it's rooted in. So it's just as simple as that. You can just check it by just simply pulling on blocks of sod. Now, don't just check one block. Go around and be consistent throughout your whole yard. You may have some shady areas that have not fully rooted in yet. So if you've determined with the tug test if your sod is fully rooted in, but it's only been 2-3 months, I would probably still give it 4 to 6 months before spraying pre-emergent on it anyway. Just in my experience, it's usually best to wait 4 to 6 months before you spray any pre-emergent on it. Other experts will tell you to wait a whole year before you put any sort of product on it, but you should be safe as long as you do that pull test. And if the blocks of sod are not lifting up, that means it has established some sort of a root system, and you're fine to go ahead and spray. Now, what about overseeding? Overseeding, the most pre-emergent labels will tell you to wait 4 to 6 weeks after overseeding before you spray pre-emergent on your overseeded grass. Now, I'm going to get personal with you, just share my personal opinion. I just stay off of overseeded lawns completely. I don't like spraying pre-emergent on overseeded ryegrass and things like that. But I also mix a post-emergent product along with my pre-emergent products. And the post-emergent weed control products are the thing that you really need to worry about. That's what can burn up an overseeded yard. Most pre-emergent labels will say that it's fine to put just pre-emergent on your overseeded lawn, but if you mix post-emergent products in there to help with your weed control, that's what you have to be careful for. So main takeaway here, if you've planted new grass, stay off of it for at least 6 months. That's just as simple as that. Just stay off of it for 6 months at least, and we'll move on from there. Reason number 2, if your lawn primarily consists of weeds or just what I call junk grass, like there is no sodded grass at all, it's just weeds. If you have a lot of shade, it's just pasture grass or just whatever. Hopefully you can see this. There is no sodded grass out here in this area. So if your lawn primarily consists of weeds, pasture type grass, and you don't have any sodded grass, that's reason number 2 why you do not want to spray pre-emergent. So like I mentioned earlier in the video, pre-emergent works by creating a barrier in the soil, and it prevents weeds from growing through that barrier. Well, if your yard is 100% weeds, eventually all those weeds are going to die out, and it's just going to leave you with a yard full of dirt. So that's the main reason why you really just want to check out your yard, see what kind of grass you have. If you don't have any grass at all and it's just all weeds, then just maintain it. Just mow those weeds. Feel free to put some fertilizer out. Just maintain those weeds. You don't want to spray pre-emergent on it, because then it's just going to kill all the weeds, and then you'll just have a yard full of dirt. Reason number 3 why you should not spray pre-emergent in your yard: if your yard butts up to a creek or a lake or river or something like this, you really need to worry about runoff, especially so I see a lot of lake houses that are up on a hill and their backyard just slopes straight down to the lake. You don't want to spray pre-emergent like that. Now, this is not anyone's house. I'm out at a local park. But if this were a lawn that butts up right next to this creek, I would not even take that customer on for business. I would just say, I'm sorry that you're too close to a water source, and I don't think it's wise to spray pre-emergent. And the same goes for fertilizer, any chemicals, any lawn care products, not just pre-emergent, but any products at all. If you're close to a water source, runoff is a real thing. Again, especially if you're on a hill and your yard slopes down to that water source. So that's reason number 3, avoid any sort of product close to water. And reason number 4 why you should not spray pre-emergent in your yard is if it's in the middle of the summer. So pre-emergent is best used in the fall and the winter months. If it's in the middle of the summer, it's just simply too late. So timing is everything when it comes to applying pre-emergent. You apply pre-emergent before weeds germinate and emerge. That's why it's called pre-emergent. So if it's in the middle of the summer and you're out in your yard looking at all of these weeds that are just covering your lawn, and you think you're going to apply some pre-emergent, that's just a waste of time. It's a waste of money. It's too late for pre-emergent at that point. You really want to focus on post-emergent weed control at that point. You can find plenty of post-emergent products, weed control products to spray on your weeds to help knock those down. And then when that next fall comes, that's when you can start your pre-emergent treatments. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. If you wouldn't mind, give it a like and subscribe to my channel and really help this channel grow. I would appreciate it. Thank you for watching.